and this is why I'm getting almost tired of like harping on this all the time to everyone I'm meeting crypto. But like, what's the point if no one's using it, you know? I mean, and this is the classic story that everyone tells all the time of like first-time founders, second-time founders, right? Like sort of young, passionate people that are out there to do something and do a startup or do crypto or whatever. They're all about product and tech and equations and science or something, right? And that's all cool, but it's not real, you know, unless you get people to use it. So you need to think the other way around. You need to think about how do we get people, how do we act, like what can we deliver to people that they care about? And then if we can figure that out, now let's see what kind of cool features and cool backend and equations and whatever we can get into it without impacting, you know, the thing that makes it that makes it matter in the first place, which is the user experience and getting those users in the first place, right? So Maker is absolutely a classic case of a project that got this very wrong early on, right? So Maker was like completely built and they will come, all about equations and libertarianism and all that stuff. But we did fundamentally at the core of the, you know, and the project is 8 years old, right? But so we did at the absolute core of the project from the beginning sort of focus it on this idea that we want to use blockchain to create real value in the real world. We just thought that meant build it and they will come. And we were lucky with Maker that it happened to be true in the case of Maker because there was nothing else. So when there's absolutely nothing else, it is true that if you build something, you will get a user base. And so Maker got that because we were lucky. But we've reached the limits of that because everybody who's into crypto and into the tech and into the equations and all this stuff, they're in crypto now, right? And so if we want to go beyond that, we got to make something that actually, again, makes sense and is actually relevant in the real world. Or we have no right to exist as an industry, right? So that is absolutely the fundamental core of the entire, you know, overhaul of Maker that is called the endgame, which aims to basically sort of finally fixing all these things and getting Maker sort of done in a sense, right? So that it can simply just operate like a DAO is supposed to do, all by itself, right? And the rebrand is just one piece of this. The key thing is the whole thing end to end, it's all gotta be aligned around this goal that, I mean, it's gotta make sense. It's gotta deliver value to real people. And then sort of the back end of that has to be all the good stuff of crypto, right? Resilience, transparency, fairness, robustness, all of these things have to sit there kind of on the back end and be delivered as value to the user without in any way making the user feel like they're getting blockchain rammed down their throat, because nobody wants that. In my opinion, is the big problem in crypto that everyone's so inward looking and are building cool tech or cool equations or whatever, but mostly it's just crypto nerds building for crypto nerds. And well, I mean, in the end, I think this is very hard. This has always been the hardest thing in crypto. But I do think that I've seen a lot of this this interaction and this diversity helping opening the eyes of the builders, right? Of like, this is what the real world looks like. This is a real huge market for crypto with real opportunities to go beyond white papers and equations.